Hello, everyone. Today's or this week's readings were interesting, and I really enjoyed going through, especially the first one that focused on stages of change, which I really like. I use it quite often when kind of trying to judge where athletes are that I work with. In their training and where they are in the competition, and if they're trying to move weight classes, where they are on kind of like where they are mentally uh, on how they want to compete, and just kind of where they are in the season. Especially when it comes closer time to like state finals, or I got a few of them that have qualified for uh, youth and junior nationals. Just kind of seeing where they are and doing a mental check on how prepared they are and how dedicated they are. What I like about how the first article related to the stages of change, they only had four of them, and they did a very good job about breaking each one down and giving ideas on how to effectively use those stages of change and where you may be at. It kind of goes on to one of the overarching themes about personal accountability through the readings, about holding yourself accountable, and how we as coaches or fitness professionals or even nutrition professionals, or those that may be going into teaching or coaching, how we can use that to hold and teach them how to hold themselves accountable. The second article I thought was interesting in how it focused on the parents and how the parents can help their kids choosing a better lifestyle with healthier nutrition and physical activity, and getting involved in that, and making healthier choices, and how to set them on the path for a lifetime of healthy decision making for a healthy lifestyle. Um, what I found a little concerning about that article was that it primarily focused more on the nutrition aspect and focused very little, maybe like the bottom quarter of the article, just focusing on the importance of physical activity, which I think physical activity should have gotten a little bit more focus and promotion in that article, and how parents can get their kids involved in physical activity, especially if they might be a little resistant to physical activity. But it did also kind of help with body image, and a little bit about guiding parents through those challenges when you have a kid that has a different body type or maybe struggling with their own self-image, and how just kind of putting them on a right path to like a healthy diet, or lots of physical activity can kind of help give them self-confidence in that area. Um, so yeah, going on to one of the other questions, what role did personal responsibility have? Like I said with the first article, even with the second article, it's kind of teaching the kids, or looking at the inner you to find out, or to hold yourself responsible, and how you hold yourself accountable to what you do, to what you eat, to how much physical activity, and kind of teaching our children, our youth, as far as parents, how to hold themselves accountable and responsible for the type of foods and choices that they make. Um, Obesity was discussed. There wasn't really a hard definition in each one. They did vary a little bit, but in general, obesity, although it is related to weight, and a lot of people misname it as being overweight, obesity is more over fatness. You have a higher percent, or higher than what is considered healthy percent body fat. Um, you lose body fat, yeah, you lose weight, but you can have somebody that is a 285, 300-pound bodybuilder that is, has a low percent body fat, but because of their weight, they can still be considered obese, which is not the case at all. So we have to look at obesity as more of an over fatness issue where you have a higher percentage body fat than what is determined to be healthy. Marketing does have a big effect on a lot of stuff. Sadly, back in the Reagan era, he deregulated marketing when it came to the food industry, which really has a big impact on how advertisers market food, and what they can put on labels and what they don't put on labels. Although we are making headway to, educate people on what goes into foods, marketing still has a big impact in how they kind of, I don't want to necessarily say flat out lie about what's in the packaging and what's healthy and what's not, but they do have a big influence. And they don't necessarily tell the 100% truth. And they use different schemes to attract younger audiences, with brighter colors on the packaging, for the higher sugar foods, making higher processed foods that are unhealthy, in brighter packages, making them sound more appealing, being like no fat or low fat, but they add other things to add taste to it, or they market them as lower cost for lower income families. So it's just a never ending cycle or loop that can get us in trouble when it comes to that stuff. So marketing does have a big impact, and in most cases a negative effect on our weight and our health style. So hope you like this video, and y'all have a great week.